Well, hey there, YouTube. So I went ahead and got the garage done. Got all these expansion joints here sealed up. Hopefully this stuff dries in a few days. I'm happy with the way it turned out, at least, me not making a mess, let's put it that way, me keeping it within the lines. You definitely got to pay attention so you don't make a mess. But yep, I think it looks good. Once it dries, it's going to make it a heck of a lot easier to sweep out in here. I mean, it totally just made my other garage just so much nicer to sweep out and hose out or whatever else you're going to do. I went ahead and put a couple shims under the garage door so that way it's not touching it because it runs under the door. But happy with the way it turned out. And I got it all the way underneath the workbench there and rolled my tool cabinet out of the way, so I got it all the way up under there, and rolled my generator out, so I got it all the way up under there. I just put stuff back when I was done. As long as I don't step on this stuff, right? Yeah, once again, the reason I did this is just to keep dirt out of the cracks, because those cracks or those expansion joints or cuts, whatever you want to call them. They're there, so if the concrete's going to crack, it'll crack there, which it has. It did what it's supposed to do. But now all the dirt and little metal shavings and everything else, copper strands of wire, whatever you're working with, gets all caught in there. And they're pretty deep, so it's a pain in the butt to sweep it out with the broom. So this will make it a lot better. All right, folks, thanks for watching. I'll do a follow-up here once it dries. Let you know how it's doing. Once again, this is the brand I used. I don't see why it wouldn't dry up and do a good job. I'll tell you a story. The last stuff I used, I forgot the brand. I want to say it might have been made by I want to say Loctite. I could be wrong. But they were in the standard size tubes. Like I said in the first video, they were on clearance at Lowe's. This was several years back. And those things took like a month to dry up. But here's the weird thing about it. So I went ahead and did everything in my other garage. And also, now I stopped just on the other side of the door. I didn't do the expansion joint across the door because it's on the outside. Now my other house, I did do the expansion joint, which was also on the outside. And I did it because that one, it actually had a big void in it. This one doesn't. And the weird thing that happened at the other house was I did it at night. And the next morning I come outside and I'm not kidding you. There was about 8 to 10 birds, like sparrows, regular birds you see in your garden. And I don't know if, I know birds can see in UV, so I don't know if the stuff I used put out some type of weird UV color to them, but there was literally 8 to 10 birds stuck in it. Their feet were all the way in it, and that was a big crack like that. And because it was outside in the sun, it had started to dry. And it was murder getting those birds up. I mean, the birds were all dead. They weren't alive anymore. They got stuck, their feet got stuck, their feathers got stuck, and they baked in the sun and died. And I couldn't pull the birds out because it had dried. I would have ripped their legs off. I had to get a razor blade, cut it all out, get rid of them. And there was also 2 geckos stuck in it. It was terrible, terrible experience. So when I redid it again, I put cardboard over all of it, made like a little dome over it so nothing could get under it. But that was just insane that happened. I don't know why they were attracted to it, but they were. But anyway, that's just a story of what happened before. You can see what I did there. I just got some shims under there to keep it up. And then maybe one day in the future, maybe I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to paint this floor or what. I know people don't really get a good result with the do-it-yourself kits. And even if you use the acid to etch it, you really don't get a good quality bond unless you really, grind the top layer of concrete off. That's coming from a lot of concrete experts who have told me that. So I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do in the future. This may just, be fine like this. I mean, I've already made a mess of this garage, changing brakes and all kinds of other stuff. Anyways, y'all be good. Catch you next time.